this is leaking. What fun. And today, I'm going to try and fix it. Ready? Lovely lighting, isn't it? Hey everyone, welcome back to GardenFork, the DIY video show. I don't know if you were around for a couple weeks ago where I had a video out about how to replace a cast iron plumbing stack and how to cut that cast iron and replace it with PVC. But while doing that, I noticed some water stains on another pipe farther down the wall, and I was like, oh, what is that? So I finally, with some investigating, I realized that there's a toilet right above here, and it is leaking, and the water runs down this pipe and stains the pipe. And it's one of those very slow leaks, so I didn't notice it at first. And you may not notice your toilet is leaking until it's probably quite a ways down the road. If you are in a basement and you can look up, you might be able to see water dripping or the wood being deteriorated. If you're in an upper floor, it might be that the sheetrock here has water stains on it or is actually crumbling down. Big red flag. But anyway, today I'm going to show you me taking this toilet off, checking it. I'm hoping it's just what's called the wax ring. If it's more than that, this is a job. All right, but if it's just a wax ring, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. That's my thing. Ready? Here we go. First thing we want to do is shut off the water supply that's going to the toilet. Okay. Then flush the toilet to drain the tank. So there's still some leftover water in here, and the bowl is full. So let me show you what to do. Get your wet dry vac. Quick tip here, before you use your wet dry shop vac for wet stuff, take out all the dry dirt that's in here. Learn from me, because if you add water to your dry stuff like drywall dust and that, it turns to this plastery mud and it's fun to clean out. Empty this before you put water in it. So with the water turned off and the tank drained, we're going to remove this fitting. And sometimes it's only hand tight, sometimes you might need a pliers on here. There's going to be some water that comes out of here, so you might want to have a little bucket standing by to disconnect that. Like that. Now your next choice is, do you want to separate the tank from the base of the toilet? And it depends on how strong your back is, how much space you have to work in, and how old this thing is. This is old and heavy, so I'm going to separate the tank from the bowl. There are two bolts underneath here are the nuts. In here are the two screws. I'm going to pop this thing off. Some of them, it's much more difficult to remove that. It's a question up to you. If you have a lot of space, you can probably tilt the whole toilet off, but I'm going to take the tank off, okay? Okay, this is how fortuitous this is. This is coming off by hand. That's a little unusual. A lot of times you'll have to take a vice grip here and then a hacksaw down here to get this off, but that's coming off by hand. And that's actually not a good thing, because that means the toilet wobbles. Okay, these are loose. Now we get to lift it up. What fun. Tilt this forward, and it comes off like that. This is the wax ring. Underneath here is a metal flange, which these bolts connect into. We're going to lift this up now and take a look. So take your least favorite putty knife and just work this along. And you want to separate the wax, and there's a rubber flange in this one, from the metal flange. Then you want to clean this up and see if you can see if there's a problem. So take stock of the flange. If it's loose, see if you have a friend that's really good at carpentry and plumbing, because that flange will need to be replaced. There might be the wood around there, might be rotted, but gather up all the washers from the toilet tank and the toilet base, the bolts, and you're going to go to the hardware store and buy a couple of toilet tank kits, okay? Here we go. So bring some of the more odd looking washers with you so you can match them, because there's a lot of different toilets and a lot of different gaskets, all right? Hey! I can video my trip. Success. Halloween's happening. It's always kind of fun. Alright, I picked up a gasket and bolt kit, a flanged wax ring, and a regular wax ring. I'm going to double up the wax rings to go in there because this flange is crooked. So I'm going to drop this in first, and then this will go on top of that. This stuff is real malleable. It will just smush down nicely. The second ring, also called a Johnny ring sometimes, will help with this deeper part over here. So the trick here is to get these to stand up, and they don't like to stand up. So you can take a piece of wax from the old wax ring and approximate where you want that to stand straight up so the toilet base can go on there, the bowl can go on there, and that will stay up like that now. Nice. Obviously this flange needs some long-term repair. I don't really have time for that right now, so we're just going to put in a new wax ring with this flange on it here. And you know, I don't know if I'm going to put that second ring on there. Clean off all the wax that's underneath the bowl here, and then move this over here and line these up and drop them in. So let me... Okay, that wax ring is barely indented, so that tells me that I need to put another wax ring on there. Again, we should fix this flange, but in the long term, we're going to rehab this bathroom soon. So just right now, I need the toilet to stop leaking, not linking. Line this up. Now you need to mash the wax ring into the bowl, the base of the bowl. The best way to do this is to basically sit on the toilet. But as you can see here, I'm putting all my weight, I'm lifting my feet up, putting all my weight onto the toilet. So we're mashing the ring, the wax rings are mashing together and forming around the base of the toilet and the flange, and that's a good thing. So I just kind of lean on the toilet here like I used to, and then I tighten up these bolts here. Again, you don't want to crack the porcelain, so do this slowly. And then work on the other side. You want to go back and forth, back and forth. So you've replaced the flange gasket between the bowl and the tank. And that goes in. Open this valve up. This starts filling up. It's a beautiful thing. We want to check for leaks, anything here, and then go downstairs and check as well. If your toilet's a little wobbly while you've got it bolted down, a short-term fix are some wedges, plastic, not wood, because the wood might rot. That's a nice sound, isn't it? So you can try these, put them on the sides, keep it from doing that. But this one is in good shape. All right, a little cleaning up. We're good to go here. So again, I'm not an expert licensed plumber. I'm just a DIY guy trying to fix stuff around the house. Any thoughts or comments? I'm sure you have some. Leave them in the notes below. I try and respond to most everything. Let me know how you do this. Little hints, tips. I'd appreciate that because I learn from you guys. All right? More information about GardenFork is right below here or in that video thing that's clicking around here. You can watch more DIY and eclectic stuff. See ya.